Welcome back to the channel, and the boys are probably flying home right now from Vancouver. What a win last night. That was intense. Probably the best overtime we've seen in quite some time. And that game had everything from its ups and downs to Yamamoto hitting two or three posts on deflections and redirections alone. And what a game Yamo had last night. I forgot to put that in the post game video, but he was phenomenal last night. But anyway, let's get to the news today. 4 hours ago, Darren Dreger tweeted, as Evander Kane awaits word from the NHL on further suspension or not, the Oilers' interest in the power forward remains strong. Sources say Kane met with GM Ken Holland and head coach Dave Tippett earlier this week to discuss his fit on the team. Oilers are one of two teams in the mix. The other team supposedly is the Washington Capitals. No news from the NHL kind of gave them a chance to think about it. Apparently it's the Washington Capitals, but if you were Kane and you live in Vancouver, wouldn't you want to play in Edmonton close to home, where if you have a week off, you could go actually home, not have to deal with crossing the border, all that stuff? In a sense, to me, that would be the more ideal situation. That's not me just being biased because I am an Oilers fan. That's me just reasonably thinking, yeah, you get to play with Backstrom and Ovi in Washington, but here you get to play with Nuge, Draisaitl, and McDavid. Well, take your pick, all great players, but when it comes to being close to home, Edmonton would be the ideal place. Anyway, so let's get off of that Twitter thing Darren Dreger put, and let's go 2 hours ago to Ryan Rishaug. Assuming a decision comes tomorrow, sounds like Kane could be ready for games as early as this weekend or early next week. Sources say he has been skating for a week or so in Edmonton. Contract details needs to be buttoned down, but strong sense Edmonton will land him. The team is on this mini 2-game winning streak, but adding a player like Evander Kane, I know I did a video similar, but this is just the Oilers news that I'm reporting right now, that everyone's reporting. And, adding a guy like Evander Kane, a lot of people have their doubts. A lot of people, are worried. But don't judge a book by its cover. We didn't do that for Zach Kassian when he went through things, and honestly, I love watching Zach Kassian play. Does his contract worry me? Yeah. But, it's nice to see a guy get a second chance, per se, and change his life around. Now he has a kid. Like, anything can go when it comes to changing your life, and I'm not going to judge a book by its cover, and everyone changes. Like, there's that one thing that makes people change, and maybe coming to Edmonton can change Evander Kane. You never know. So, like I said, don't judge a book by its cover. Wait till if the Oilers do sign him, wait till he's here. If, things go south, then, okay, think what you want. But for me, I don't judge a book by its cover. I look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is the Edmonton Oilers. What he does in his personal life, I could care less. It's what he does on the ice with the Edmonton Oilers, and like we've said, he is the third highest scorer in the 2009 draft class behind Matt Duchene and John Tavares. Well, I'm sorry, John Tavares is an exceptional player. I watched him play in the World Juniors before he even got drafted, and Matt Duchene is a pure goal scorer that lights it up every game he gets a high quality chance. So adding a power forward like Evander Kane could do a lot for this club. More physical. That's what we've been missing. Like Stewart and Gene Principe were talking about in the intermission in the second period. The Oilers had 5 hits in the first 2 periods last night. They need some grit. Darnell Nurse can lay hits. Zach Kassian can lay hits. But other than those guys, Shore gets the odd one. Sevier gets the odd one. There is no grit on this team. We used to have it built with like the likes of Lucic, Patty Maroon, Hendricks, those kind of guys. That identity has left because the game has changed a bit, but more so that we have more exceptionally talented players than guys that just hit. And adding Kane, who is an exceptional player, can provide that toughness, especially alongside McDavid, Draisaitl, even if it's Ryan McLeod. Kane on McLeod's line would be stellar too. Anyway, that's the news for Evander Kane and the Edmonton Oilers as of right now. If there's more news, I'll report it. Stay tuned for later tonight as the Raptors take on, I believe it's the Chicago Bulls. Let me just double check that. I know their schedule is kind of wonky. Yeah, it is the Chicago Bulls. Perfect. I'll be doing a game review on that. Also, the Oilers are back in action tomorrow night against this team on your screen, the Nashville Predators. That's going to be a huge task. Nashville is a good team with a lot of scoring options like Matt Duchene. You guys take care out there. Stay safe. And I'll catch you on the next one.